this intro a bit. Cool. So if anyone who's watching this recording back, we've just gone through a Troika process, a nice intimate, smaller group today. So we had 2 groups of Troika, and I would love to invite both groups to share, like, what are some takeaways, what were the topics actually, and what are some takeaways that surfaced from consulting with the client? How about from Sina, Sarah, and Pietro's group? One of you wants to speak.
So we talked about the difficulties of introducing micro-solidarity principles to groups, and how sometimes this creates resistance because people have different opinions or different thoughts about how groups should be organized, and also how this is emotionally difficult for us to bring these principles to life, and how we start to doubt ourselves or in the process of introducing these principles.
Were there any impulses for what would be supportive that came through?
Yes, there were plenty of impulses. Trying to introduce it in a less formal way, or directly speaking to people, or I think Sarah had a lot of ideas, and maybe she has some more to share.
Well, I was struck by the overlap, and Sinus especially has a context completely different than anything I would ever be around in, but the problem was the same. Like, I've experienced the same challenge in my context, and so this happens frequently where I'm struck by like how we can show up to each other. Like, we're very different, we have different projects and different initiatives, but here we are, like, finding this common place. And for me, that's what feels so that's like the little bit of magic in micro solidarity, because we can speak to it and understand it. And I think just the being heard, or being like, you know, Sonas, I think you shared, like, you felt seen and heard after we did the process with you, and how important just that is. Because the thing that is common or shared about it is it can be a tiring experience, helping people adjust to like this decentralized or these new ways of working and organizing together. And so finding space to support each other, to just be like, yes, but we know that this works. Like, remember that this works, and cheering each other on a little bit is like the gold, the absolute gold. And we can all do that for each other. You know, there's no requirements to being a pal. We can all do it.
Thanks, Sarah. I just feel a lot of resonance, and I see a lot of like twinkly fingers, and yeah, to have the support of a community when you're trying to bring in a new way of thinking about things, and that you're not just like the only one being the crazy one, like bring out a new idea, but also, yeah, what you said about having a group of people who are actually also embodying it and actually practicing it and feeling that it's actually something that's bearing fruit and feeling good. Yeah, to fall back on just knowing that together helps me a lot too. It's super nice to hear. Thank you so much. Yeah, Sinus, is there anything more you want to add? You're good? Cool. Thanks, y'all. Yeah. Marin and Adil, do you want to share? Yeah, we'll make an attempt to summarize some of our themes and takeaways. I can also add in a little bit, but I'll give you the space first if you like.
So it sort of reminded me of what we do here in an organization that I work for, called process work, which is sort of you sit together in groups and pretty much lay out or bear whatever you're going through, and sort of let multiple perspectives and group wisdom, collective wisdom sort of guide you. So I sort of got a preview of that. We sort of do it for 7 days straight, 12 hours in a day. So it kind of reminded me of that. It was like a trailer. And even though it was just like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I could sense a shared trust and really felt like hesitate from sharing details of what was spoken about. But I think overall for me, sort of medium was the message. Just the idea of laying out some of your vulnerabilities, your fears, or some things that are not working out, and sharing them and opening it up for, in some ways, analysis and introspection. I think, yeah, I really connected to the process and the group as well.
Thanks, Adil. Yeah. Do you want to add anything, Marin?
Not much. I think I'm still trying to process what you guys said in my session. It was very profound. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I recognize that it's actually, yeah, what you said, Adil, just 15-20 minutes. Actually, it's only 10 minutes each. So crazy. And it can surface a lot. I really felt touched by the quality of presence that we shared for each other, and just like the kind, caring questions that came from the consultants also when I was the client. It's just amazing what's in this space. I know the two of you have been like mentors or coaches in like mentor coach role, and the quality of like reflection that I could dive into from your questions. I'm really taking it away. I'm gonna have another session with someone who can support me with this question of like, what's really the future or the dream that I imagine beyond the little fears that I have about making a big change in or some big changes in my life. Yeah, around collaborations or work direction. Yeah, I'm really wanting to tap into like what's mine to do in the world and clarify that and help myself align with what I really want to be doing. So I definitely want to stay with microsolidarity, that's for sure. But yeah, thank you all so much for sharing. We'll definitely continue doing Troika processes and some case clinic work together in these calls, because I just find them really always bringing a lot to the surface, a lot of mutual support, and bring us together in that way by experiencing what we can mean for each other here. Even when we haven't met necessarily in person, which is what Adil, you were speaking to, like, yeah, how do we meet in person in such a huge country as India? It was so fascinating to hear you speak to this. Like, what about the geography of a country in relation to microsolidarity? Fascinating. Maybe speaking of being in person, also just a reminder that I think there's like, today is the last day to sign up for the summer camp for the EU. So if you were able and wanted to join that, it would be lovely to have you there. I'm seeing you, Adil. I'm like, Adil, maybe the summer camp in India or some kind of camp would be amazing. How can we make something happen there? Yeah, there's still space on the US one from the 15th to 21st of July. And we are planning another practice program towards the end of September. So Sarah, Jonas, and I got together and like brainstormed into that a few days ago. So excited to bring the dates out soon. So if you have friends who you want to support to onboard them into the network, or just know what we're up to, there'll be a nice moment for them to get a sweet introduction, going through the videos, which are available for anyone to watch now, but also to have a community of practice to go along, to go through the program with. I found it super juicy. Yeah, next session will be on the 3rd of August. And yeah, if anyone wants to co-hold that with me, very happy to have your support. Like Pietro's support today was really lovely. And I am expecting or predicting, not predicting, I'm intending to make that a retro session, because we've had 7 months without reflecting, and I feel like it's time to reflect on how's this been going. So I hope that we have a bunch of people from the network there. I'll put it out on Discord that it's happening. And yeah, see what comes up from that. Yeah, Pietro's put a few links in the chat for all these things. Thank you, Pietro. And I think that's it from me. I wonder, would anyone like to, let's do a little round of like how you're all leaving the call today. I'd say I'm definitely feeling more energized in the beginning, and it's really touched and inspired again, invigorated and refreshed by the shared support. How about Sarah?
Yeah, same. I'm always amazed by how that happens. But yeah, I didn't actually take the client role in the call, but I feel like I got so much out of it anyway. We just wanted to give time to things, and but I really learned through the process, and it was very, very worthwhile for me.
Thank you.
I'll pass it to Senes. I saw you come on mic. So
thanks. Yeah, I feel yeah, much better than before, and yeah, energized, and yeah, thank you so much for holding the space for this, and yeah, I feel kind of seen and like less lonely in this kind of, and like also able to kind of formulate more clearly what it is that I'm struggling with. Okay. Marin, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I still feel, I don't know how to explain it, something between thoughtful and shocked at the same time. I want to process some thoughts that came, and but yeah, I feel very thankful as well for the opportunity. So thank you, guys. Who should you go next? Adil, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I think I put it in the chat.
Okay.
Feeling connected. Thank you. Pietro.
Yes, I also feel more clear about what's going on inside of me, and more present, and also more open to you guys. So I'm very happy I could be here with you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Pietro. Thanks, everyone. Lovely to round off and hear how you all are heading onwards with your evening or your day. Catch you again soon, in person or online. Take care.